Somebody.
We've completely combed this beach, and there is no body out there.
There has to be.
Some kids found her up in Topanga Canyon. Looks like the coyotes dug her up.
Who sent her? Talk or I'll break your back.
Can you make it look like an accident?
Sure.
Could you please?
Matt?
Go back to sleep.
Where are you going?
I'm going out on the beach.
5 in the morning? What in the world for?
Well, it was going to be a surprise.
You started out all right.
Well, I couldn't sleep, so I looked around for something to read, and I found this copy of the Malibu newspaper.
So?
It says the Grunion are running.
The Grunion.
Yeah, those little silver fish, they're like smelt. And when the moon's full and the tide's high, they come swarming ashore by the hundreds and the thousands to lay their eggs in the sand. And you know what?
What?
We're going to have some for breakfast.
Fish eggs?
No, the Grunion. Now, you go back to sleep, and when I get back, I'm going to fix you a breakfast you'll never forget.
I'm sure.
They shot me.
Matt, what's the matter?
Grab a blanket off the bed and find a first aid kit. Sheriff's substation, please. My name's Matt Helm. I'm at the McGuire Beach House. There's a woman on the beach, and she's been shot. Never mind connecting me with anyone. Just get this. We're at the foot of the Portal Road. Yeah, the McGuire place. Now, your men will know it. The woman is about 100 yards south of the beach house. Get an ambulance down here fast. Good. Let's go.
Where is she?
She's gone.
Gone?
Kronski, she was right here, but now she's gone. She was right here.
There's nothing out there, Harold.
Oh, that's impossible, Sheriff. There has to be.
Well, look, Mr. Helm, we've completely combed this beach, and there is no body out there.
And it's daylight now, and there's nothing else I can do. I'm sorry.
Now, if you think this is some kind of a joke, you're badly mistaken.
That's exactly what I think, Mr. Helm. Somebody playing a joke on you. Lots of times the kids will lie on the sand here and play dead. Then you walk by, they'll jump up, and they'll razz the person who found them.
Well, this kid wasn't jumping up. She was hurt. And she was badly hurt.
I didn't find any blood.
Well, obviously, the tide washed it away.
Mr. Helm, how long did it take you back to the house and call the station?
Well, I don't know. Possibly 3-4 minutes. I don't know.
And how far do you think a badly injured woman can travel in 3 or 4 minutes? You see what I mean? No, it was a joke, Mr. Helm. And unfortunately for me, as some of the people around here, they seem to thrive on practical jokes. Call the ambulance and try to cancel out, will you?
Okay. No, but I'm telling you that it's no joke.
Goodbye, Mr. Helm.
What kind of a cop is he, thinking someone was playing a joke?
Maybe someone was.
And maybe it was real.
Meaning you're going to find out.
You bet. Any luck?
Nah, 86 cents, some bobby pins. You'd think dames would go broke losing so many bobby pins and costume jewelry. Found $5 once, though. Well, what do you know? It's only a medic alert. I thought it was a 4-bit piece.
Oh, can I see that? I collect these.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, that's very interesting, Doctor. What is it?
Would you understand if I told you?
Well, you'll never know, will you?
What can I do for you, Matt?
Doctor, explain this to me.
It's a medical alert. If the owner is admitted to a hospital, the attending physician knows that she's allergic to penicillin.
Right? Now, how do I locate the owner of this one?
File 48967, please. No, nothing serious. You know, there's a lot of these around. They're worn by people with particular problems. You know, diabetics, epileptics, the people that are allergic to certain forms of medication.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. Amanda Silvers, 5369 Topeka Place. Thank you. Okay?
Thank you very much, Dr. Parker. Incidentally, what is that?
It's a sternoclavicular separation.
Sure, that's exactly what I thought. Hello. I'm looking for Amanda Silvers.
Oh, Mandy isn't here. She moved out over the weekend.
Moved out?
Bag and baggage.
Oh, dear. And after I came all the way out here.
Is it important?
Well, it is to me, yes. You see, after Mandy left the party, I found this.
Oh, yes, that's Mandy's. Well, I'll see her at work tomorrow. I'll give it to her if you like.
Oh, no. I mean, well, I'd rather do it myself. I'm sure you understand.
You better come in. We can't talk in the doorway.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, you met Mandy at a party?
Well, it wasn't a real party. You see, it was just a bunch of the gang getting together. Mandy dropped in. She was with a man.
Johnny Peters. Mandy's engaged to him.
Oh, she didn't tell me that.
Well, they haven't announced it yet. So you see, Mr...
Well, wouldn't you know it? Meet a woman like Mandy and someone got there first. But I would like to see her. Where did she move to?
Her fiancé's down at the beach.
I see. Well, in that case, things like this are always happening to me. Oh, incidentally, isn't his beach house down on Portal Road?
Yes, but I wouldn't go down there if I were you.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think of it. Miss?
Jeffries. Caroline Jeffries.
Why, thank you very much, Miss Jeffries. Thank you. Anybody home?
Put up your hands, and then stand up, slowly. Private investigator, so what?
That's not a license for breaking and entering.
Police department, please.
Now listen, if you're going to do that, ask for Lieutenant Hanrahan. He'll vouch for me. I think.
Lieutenant Hanrahan, please. What were you looking for, Helm?
A woman.
There's no woman here.
I can see that, but...
Yeah, Lieutenant, my name is John Peters. Yeah, I just got home and found a man ripping off my place. He says you know him. His name is Matt Helm.
Yeah, put him on.
Yes, Hanrahan, it's me. No comments, please. It's been a rough day.
Tell me about it. Put Peters on.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Mr. Peters, that's Matt Helm. He's all right. I'd trust him with my life and have. But don't tell him that. I'd never hear the end of it.
All right, thanks, Lieutenant.
Would you mind putting that thing away?
What woman do you expect to find here?
Amanda Silvers.
What do you want with her?
When was the last time you saw her?
Thursday, just before I left for St. Louis.
How long were you in St. Louis?
I got back this morning. What's this all about?
She's missing. She moved out of her apartment Friday. Her roommate thought she was moving in with you.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, look. I found her on the beach early this morning, about 100 yards from here. There was a bullet wound in her back.
Mandy, she's shot?
I went for help, and when I got back, she was gone.
Gone? Well, then, maybe you were mistaken.
That seems to be the majority opinion. Tell me, John, is it possible that Mandy could have gotten in here while you were out of town?
It's possible. She has a key. What makes you think she was here?
What about the bloodstains on the carpet?
You sure this is blood?
Pretty sure. A lab test will confirm it, though.
I better call the police.
No. I'll take care of that. In the meantime, why don't you check her friends? See if any of them saw her this weekend. And if you find out anything, call me or Lieutenant Hanrahan.
What are you going to do?
Check you out.
Me? Well, you don't think that I had some... Mr. Helm, I would never harm Mandy.
I hope it turns out that way. Helm to see John Peters.
Yes, sir. Okay, make a right. Park right over there.
Thank you very much.
So I checked out clean, huh?
As the proverbial whistle.
I did as you asked, Mr. Helm. Nobody's heard from Mandy since they left work Friday, and I'm worried. So, what do I do now?
Well, nothing really. Lieutenant Hanrahan issued a missing persons report this morning. He might turn up something.
Yeah, but I want you to stay with this. I'll pay you. I may have to do it in installments, but whatever it costs, I gotta know.
All right, I got it. Thank you. I'm sorry about the interruption.
Oh, that's all right.
Aside from your visitor's pass, you'll also wear this treated disc at all times while you're in the building. If you notice a change of color on the disc, you'll report immediately to the medical facility, which you'll find in the East Wing.
Thank you very much.
This way.
Mm-hmm. What do you do here at AFCON?
We fabricate radioactive materials, mostly control rods for atomic power plants and a few medical isotopes.
Well, isn't that dangerous? I mean, uranium?
No. The stuff here is only 7 or 8% U-235. It's safe enough.
You mean it won't explode?
Well, not unless it's enriched to at least 80% U-235. But you could get radiation count, make you pretty sick. Up here. We're gonna have to wait.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I didn't know you two knew each other.
Well, we didn't the last time I saw you.
Mr. Helm is a detective I've hired to find Mandy.
Find Mandy? What are you talking about?
Oh, Mandy's missing.
Well, didn't she move in with you?
Of course not.
Well, she probably found herself another apartment.
Look, why don't you go back to work, John? Let Carolyn and I have a little talk alone.
All right. See you later.
Okay. You don't seem to like him very much.
He's just too squeaky clean for my money. I don't know what Mandy sees in him.
Well, probably the same thing you do. Except for her, it's a value. What's in there?
Radioactive uranium. Enough exposure could kill you.
Well, Mandy wasn't with Peters over the weekend. Apparently, you're the last one who saw her.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about if you know Mandy.
No, but I don't. Tell me about her.
Well, let me put it this way, Mr. Helm. Mandy wanted Peters. For the life of me, I don't see why. Anyway, he hadn't popped the question, so she decided to force him a little by moving in with him.
But she never did.
That's just like her. She's young and insecure. She probably chickened out and then was too ashamed to come back to the apartment. She'll turn up.
Oh, I agree. The only question seems to be how. Thanks for your help. I won't take up any more of your time.
We will be seeing each other again, I hope.
Indeed we shall.
I'll take over, Sid. Check the lab box, huh?
I must talk to you.
Wait for me in the car.
I'm worried.
What about?
There's a private detective named Matt Helm looking for Mandy.
How did he get into it?
Peters hired him, but that's not the point. The point is, what's happened to Mandy?
I wish I knew. After you called and told me about the fight you had Friday, I went out to Peter's place and waited. She never showed.
Well, where is she?
I told you I don't know. It's a cinch she didn't go to the police, though. Otherwise, we'd have heard by now.
Let's give it up.
Caroline, look. Another week and the whole deal will be over. And we'll be able to get married and live in style the rest of our lives. Another week isn't too long to wait, is it?
I guess not.
Better give it over. Relax. I'll talk to you later.
Hi, June.
Right?
I'm going to wait out in front, Mr. Neville. All right?
Do you believe him? Thinks nothing of going up against anyone. And a briefcase turns him white.
No, it's not the briefcase. It's what's inside it.
I've told you a dozen times it's not dangerous when it's in the container.
Maybe. But I've been reading about that stuff. Maybe you think it's all right. Where do you try to have some kids?
Why, you getting married? We got some trouble, Frank.
That goes with the territory. What is it this time?
Peter's hired a detective to find the Silvers lady. Name of Helm.
Matt Helm?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
By reputation. Former government man. Tough rep.
And he started some people asking questions. He talked to Caroline this afternoon.
Well, maybe you will help him find her.
By the way, Pet Shop.
Good morning, Matthew.
And a good morning to you, Ethel.
Matthew, I have a message for you from somebody by the name of Mandy.
Mandy? Did you say Mandy?
That's the name I have written down, so that must be the name she gave me.
What's the message?
Oh, just a moment, Matthew. Ethel's answering service.
Ethel?
Clarissa? Chrissy Owens? Of all people.
Ethel? Ethel?
What happened?
Who knows? Ethel?
How long are you going to be in town for? Wonderful.
Ethel. Ethel? Ethel, please.
Oh, Chrissy, we have so much catching up to do. Matt, give me that. Whew. Could you and Milton have dinner with me one evening? How about tomorrow night? Would that be? Oh, just a minute, Chrissy. Ethel's answering service.
Ethel, this is Kronsky. Remember me? Well, I'm calling for Mr. Matt Helm.
I forgot. I had him on hold.
Now, Ethel, don't go away again, okay? Be nice.
Oh, nice. I'm going to... Ethel, I believe you have a message for me. From someone named Mandy?
Oh, Matthew, I'm so sorry. This old high school friend of mine from 1938, she called, and I got...
Ethel, I beg you, just give me the message.
The message was, if you're interested, she'll meet you in the parking lot at the Clayton Hotel in 1 hour.
Thanks.
I could kill myself.
Is that necessary?
I'm afraid so, Kronsky.
Well, I think it's time to call in the police.
The police are unbelievers.
Talk or I'll break your back. Who sent you?
Why is it when you're around, them bodies keep turning up?
You sound as if you're sorry it's not me on a slab.
Not really, but at least I could get a make on you.
Meaning you've got nothing on the guy?
Nothing on him here. I sent his prints back to Washington.
Uh-huh. How about Peters?
He's clean. He met with 7 AFCOM executives in St. Louis. They'll swear he was with them from Thursday night until Monday morning.
Well, why were they meeting?
I don't know. Something to do with internal security at the plant. But we may have struck pay dirt with your hunch on that Jeffries woman. In the last 4 months, she stashed $48,000 in 3 different banks under 3 different names. Now, how do you suppose she did a thing like that on a lab technician's salary?
She's probably a very thrifty shopper.
Mr. Helm.
Oh, good evening, John.
Did you find Mandy?
Not yet.
Somebody has to know something. You said she was hurt. There must be doctors, hospitals. Somebody has to know.
Well, they're all being checked out. Johnny, what was your trip to St. Louis about?
We've been coming up short in our uranium inventory.
How short?
Over 100 pounds.
Uh-huh. Well, since when?
During the last 4 months.
Did Mandy know about this?
Now, you're off the beam, Helm. Mandy wouldn't get involved in theft.
I didn't say she was. I asked if she knew about it.
I might have mentioned it. Yeah, I guess I told her.
Thanks.
Mr. Helm.
Mm-hmm.
The longer she's gone, the less chance we have of ever finding her. Isn't that true?
Well, I wish I could give you an answer that would help, Johnny. All we can do is play it out and hope. Good evening.
You select strange hours to come calling.
I wanted to store my memory with your lush, provocative image. While it's still with us.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, don't you know? It means you're a very small card in a very big game. You can be discarded or taken out the same way Mandy was taken out.
What about Mandy?
The last time I saw Mandy, she was lying on the cold, wet sand with a bullet in her back. Didn't you know? Didn't they tell you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Suit yourself. Just remember, time is running out for you. Good night, Miss Jeffries.
So you couldn't find him, eh? He didn't spend the night at his house, and I had nowhere else to look. But I put the word out. Helm will show up, and when he does, I'll be there.
I'm going.
What are you doing here, Jeff?
Carolyn's panicked. She go to the police? Not yet, but she's going to. I stalled her.
Can you make it look like an accident?
Sure. I thought it might come to this. I got it all figured out.
Fine. Just fine, Jeff.
Kids found her up in Topanga Canyon. Looks like the coyotes dug her up.
The wound is from a gunshot.
All right, Joe, thanks. That's your missing woman, all right, Matt. It all checks out.
You know, Henry, there were times that I hoped I had been seeing things.
I know that feeling.
You released it yet?
You want to tell Peters first?
Well, someone has to, and I guess I'm elected.
All right, I'll hold off till I hear from him.
Thanks.
Right. Joe, bring that file, will you?
You know what's wrong. Mandy.
She was going to the police. She had to be stopped.
You mean you killed her?
It had to be done.
I'm going to the police.
You'll go nowhere. Now look at it this way. If you hadn't let her see those bank books of yours, none of this would have happened. She put the bank books and the missing uranium together.
Mandy, dead.
If I hadn't gotten to her before Peter's return...
If she told Peters what she knew, listen, do you know what would happen to us under the Atomic Energy Act?
You get out of here. Get out of my car.
Listen, first. It's a federal rap. They'd send us both away for life. Now think about that before you make any stupid mistakes. And think about this, too. You open your mouth, you might end up just like Mandy.
Anyway, it's all over now, so just relax. Keep your mouth shut. Nothing will happen.
Well?
She sounds ready to break. One little push.
Yeah, maybe we'll catch a lot of little fishes.
You don't consider Corbett a big fish?
Oh, not the big fish. There's somebody behind Corbett. He's the one who gives Corbett orders. He's the one I want.
Can I help?
Yeah, you just might. Maybe Miss Jeffries is ripe for a little tea and sympathy from a lady lawyer.
All right, where will you be?
Tie up a few loose ends with John Peters. I'll see you. This may not be the right time, but I have to, John.
It's all right, I understand.
Could that missing uranium be valuable to a foreign country?
Not with only 8% U-235 content.
Shoots that theory.
Well, if it were enriched to 80%, you could make a bomb.
Then it could be done.
Yeah. Was Mandy mixed up in this?
No, I don't think so. I think she found out what was going on. But someone got to her before she could tell anyone.
You know who did it, don't you?
I know who pulled the trigger. I want the one who gave him his orders.
Could you please?
Caroline? Caroline? Give me the emergency hospital, fast.
Radiation poisoning? Well, how bad?
No, the doctors won't say. But she's a very sick woman.
Have you called Hanrahan?
Mm-hmm. He's on his way, and I'll wait till he gets here. Where are you?
At the AFCOM plant. Seems they work Sundays, and I want to see where Clover takes me when he leaves here. I'll check with you later.
Okay.
am I glad to see you. Now lift them up and don't move, or I want to put a hole in you. Meet Matt Helm.
Helm?
I hope I'm not too late for your spring clearance sale.
I found him sneaking around outside.
I'm looking for a birthday gift for a lady friend of mine, and I thought maybe you could suggest something for the woman who has everything. A few pounds of uranium-235, maybe?
I might be able to help you.
Oh, that's terrific.
John, show Mr. Helm the special merchandise we have for our special customers.
What the hell are you playing games for?
Take it easy.
Will you keep fooling around with that stuff? I don't want any part of it. Shut up!
here for the clearance sale, too? Neville had a deal with some ambitious generals in a banana republic. They were paying him $5 million for material they couldn't get any other way. Here we are. How you doing, Kronsky?
How you doing, Kronsky? How do you think I'm doing? I'm stuck in here like Typhoid Mary.
Oh, but Kronsky, I reported you for your own good. We had to be sure you weren't contaminated in Caroline Jeffries' room. You'll be in isolation only a few days.
I never even heard language like that in the Marine.
She's not only contaminated, Hanrahan, but she's also radioactive.